Hello, everyone. This is my instant match reaction to the Hoffenheim 2, Tottenham Hotspur 3 Europa League game. The match has just finished, and as the final whistle went, some of the Spurs players went out down on their feet. And even though this is the early game, so other games will change things, Tottenham have gone up to 4th place in the Europa League standings on 14 points with a +5 goal difference. So that is the good news. The bad news is that Tottenham, having found a way to be 2-0 up at half-time, even though we were still giving away a number of chances, in the second half, just never came out of the blocks. And of course they're knackered. Of course they are. There are excuses to be had, but they were knackered and naive. Naive. When you are 2-0 up away from home against a team lacking in confidence, you keep the football. If you want to play it short out from the back, fine. The opposition are going to press you. So as your midfielders, don't go high and wide and make it difficult for the team to find you. Don't make it impossible for Brandon Austin, the keeper is only playing his second game, to find you with a mid-range ball. Come short for it, Bergvall. Come short for it, Madison. Make it hard. Come short and give it back and get it again and give it back. And we didn't. And we kept losing the ball. And in that second half, we let Hoffenheim get all over us and get confidence, and then we gave away a penalty that was thankfully overturned from VAR. It was Brandon Austin, who I have to say I thought had a good game. Brandon Austin, really good game. But what we continued to do, and anyone who's watched this or watched me over and over this season and last season, Ange Postecoglou, the two things that I think are going to end his management at Tottenham Hotspur, get him the sack eventually, whenever it happens, will be the fact that, number one, we get so many injuries, and I don't think it can be coincidence that we've had so many hamstring injuries. There's something to do with him and the way that the training goes and the relentlessness of the play on and off the pitch, on and off the training pitch and on and off the match pitch. But the second one is the Ange ball, or the style of play, doesn't ask our players to ever stop crosses at source, to ever block crosses at the source where the cross is coming from. Nobody ever busts a gut to stop the cross coming in. And in that whole game, but especially the second half, time and time again, our defenders and our midfielders just watched as they got crosses in. And 2 of the goals we conceded were from crosses that came in. And the second part of it is we never defend our back post, ever. And what's mad about it to me is Ange ball going forward is all about us getting to the byline and crossing it into the back post. So it's mad to me to think that the manager doesn't think it's important to defend our back post. And I'm sorry to be negative when we've won a game and we put ourselves in a really good position to stay in this cup competition and miss a 2-legged playoff. But that second half was like pulling teeth. It was like unbearable to watch, and it was embarrassing at times. And yes, caveats, we had such a young team on the pitch. I know we did. But it's embarrassing to watch a team where the analysts of the opposition have just been able to say, well, look, Tottenham just concede this goal time and time again, so just do the same. Just double up on the outside, get crosses in, and we won't defend the back post, and you can have free headers. Tell me in the comments if I'm going mad. Am I the only person seeing this? How can Ange Postecoglou, who's on millions of pounds a year, not change things, not tweak things? And he is tweaking things in terms of our style of play. Tonight, because we had no legs, we just played backs to the wall stuff and breakaway. We played Conte ball. And you know, I don't mind that. I just wish we'd have passed the ball around a bit more and had more options in midfield, getting the ball off the back line, because we're giving away the ball too much. But the tweaks that I need from him are for us not to concede the same goal time and time again. It's the definition of madness, of insanity. Conceding the same thing over and over again, thinking it's going to improve. So frustrating. I don't know if I've ever been so frustrated at a victory. I'll take you through briefly what happened in the game. Second minute of the game, beautiful outside of the boot cross from Richarlison. Nearly got to Deki Kulusevski. I think Richarlison tried his hardest today. He looked raw, but he will give us more in the number 9 position. That's for sure. He was getting his body in the way and trying to hold it up. Third minute was the first goal. Beautiful ball from Pedro Porro, who again had to play 90 minutes. Poor guy, absolutely knackered, but what a deliverer of a ball he is. And a lot of you who complain about how often Porro loses the ball, it's because he's trying things. He's constantly trying things. And this ball that he played with a bit of fade on it, just bending away and over the top of the defense to a beautiful late run from James Maddison over the top, whose first touch was magnificent and his second touch absolutely roofing it. Beautiful goal from Spurs. 7th minute, Hoffenheim were in after a poor ball from Rodrigo Bentancur, but I will say Bentancur was brilliant tonight and we need him to stay fit. He did play a poor ball in the 7th minute and a good shot was blocked by Dragusin, but overall Bentancur was in good positions, clearing up from bad touches from Spurs players around our own box and from Hoffenheim players, and he was good and we need him big time. We need him. And I think we probably need to play that double pivot with him and Bissouma a bit more going forward, because we need players who are going to come towards the ball and keep the football for Spurs. 8th minute, good break from Spurs, got us into the box, but we couldn't get a shot off. 9th minute, and made another note, great positioning and showing from Bentancur so far. Maddison smartly got their player booked in the 9th minute with a good turn on the transition. 11th minute, Richarlison got in behind in the inside right channel. Good first time shot. Probably took it too early and the rebound didn't fall to Spurs. 13th minute, brilliant football from Tottenham Hotspur. Outside to inside run from Sonny. Came from the outside, keeping his boots chalky on the outside touchline. Made that inside run. And then he found Porro, who was in centrally, tried to finish it into the bottom left-hand corner. Or bottom right-hand corner as he looks at it, but it went just wide. 15th minute, brilliant ball from Davis to Son, who was in, but after coming inside, he hit it over the bar. It was very unlike him, and at that moment, we thought, oh, Son's still in bad form, but 2 goals to come from him. And the first one, the 21st minute, Madders took advantage of some bad communication in midfield from the 2 defenders from Hoffenheim. He was through, but didn't have the pace, so laid it into Son. Took a while for the ball to come down, but his left foot shot deflected over the keeper. And that was great stuff. 2-0 Spurs. And at that point, we should be absolutely just casually seeing our way into halftime and seeing our way into a victory by just keeping the ball. But we didn't. 24th minute, great shot blocked from Archie Gray. 26th minute, and chance again for Hoffenheim. 8 yards out. Gray did enough again to stop a good shot. Good break from in the 27th minute from Spurs. Kulusevski down the right. Sadly, his weight of pass just wasn't perfect for Maddison, and the defender got in tackled. Great, unbelievable save from Brandon Austin, 32nd minute, down to his right. Came through bodies from only about 12, 13 yards out, and the ball broke to their player in the box. Good shot on it, but great save. And he dived on the rebound. Brilliant stuff from Austin in only his second chance, his second start for Tottenham Hotspur, 36th minute, Porro saved Spurs after some diabolical defending, left Hoffenheim 2 against 1, right in the middle of the goal, in the box, only 12 yards out. Porro made the right decision, went to the ball, and it was a corner. Austin then punched that corner out with some good assertiveness. 39th minute, Hoffenheim had another chance after a shot was blocked, and then Gray did enough again to stop a good connection getting on the shot, and it was saved by Austin. 43rd minute, probably our best football of the whole game. Beautiful, patient stuff in our own half, what we should have been doing the whole time. Then 2 amazing back heels, both from Kulusevski and from Bergvall, got us in down the right, but Richarlison's final ball didn't find Maddison, unfortunately. 45th minute, should have been 3, a huge chance for Bergvall from a Maddison free kick. He's only 6 yards out, 5 yards out, tries to get the header on it, but shoulders it, unfortunately. And then terrible defending from Spurs in added time as the ball broke 12 yards out, but the shot was blocked from Dragusin. So 2-0 at half-time. Then just the first 15 minutes of the second half was just all Hoffenheim. We were terrible. 49th minute, in capital letters, I've just written, why do we never try to stop crosses at source? And this was before they've even scored from it. 50th minute, poor ball from Son, losing the ball after Bentancur finding him in a good position in midfield. 54th minute, Spurs so poor this half. Free header, Kramaric. Easy cross to back stick again. 55th minute, shot from Hoffenheim wide after a great block from Davis. More came on for Richarlison at this point. 58th minute, made another note. Spurs so passive. 59th minute, Bischoff nearly chips Austin, but just wide. 61st minute, I've made a note. Spurs refusing to put their foot on the ball. Naivety. Then the penalty, 62nd minute. Austin bravely came to punch or get a hand on a cross and made contact with the player, given as a penalty. And then eventually the referee sent for a VAR check. And in slow motion, you can see that Austin just got his hand on the ball first. He was brave and it saved him. And well done, Austin. 67th minute, I've put in capitals, embarrassing from Spurs. Caught high up the pitch after a terrible cross from Son, and Hoffenheim broken through so easily. In down the left, cross comes in easily. Goal at the near post. Another cross that got in from the byline, not stopped. Goal. That's 2-1. 73rd minute, poor control from Son in the box after a great driving run from Bergvall down the right. 76th minute, made it 3. Brilliant finish from Son. Bentancur picked up the bad ball down the center of the pitch from Hoffenheim. He found Mikey Moore, slipped it to Son, and then it was classic Son. Step over to beat the man onto his left side, bottom right-hand corner, bang. And at that point, Hoffenheim had lost their legs. And Spurs could have just seen it out easily. Son came off, Lancashire came on. 79th minute, heavy through ball from Kulusevski, didn't quite find Matters. At this point, it was going to be 3-1, easy. Great strength from Lancashire to win the ball back in the 82nd minute, and his channel running, his running in the inside right and the inside left channels was good, but he still looks very raw. 86th minute, great tackle from Ben Davies, stopped an attack for them. But then, 87th minute, after earlier in the game, Kramaric had a free header at the back stick where he heads it against the bar, which I didn't mention a few minutes earlier. And then 87th minute, cross not stopped, back stick header, back where it came from. Same goal being conceded from Spurs over and over and over again. In the 5 added minutes, I've just written in capitals, endless crosses we're not trying to stop. Deki Kulusevski wasted some time running the ball into the corner, and we found a way to win. And that's the important thing. And I'm sorry for the negativity, I am. But the reality is, we're playing Leicester at the weekend, and they will have watched this like all of the other games, and they'll just say, get crosses into the back post. You will score at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and it will be another basketball game. And can Spurs outscore the opposition? I'll say it again. I love Ange Postecoglou. I love his man management. I love what he says in the press. He's a proper bloke. I love him. But this is not elite level coaching. This conceding of the same goal over and over again is not elite level coaching. And for that, I fear for him. I fear for him. I fear the game against Leicester. Hopefully we can find a way to get a win. Then Elfsborg at home next week and find a way to get a win. Get in that top 8. And then that will be the beginning of February and we get some of our players back. Van der Ven and Romero, hopefully. And then we go into that Liverpool second leg. All right, guys, that has been my instant match reaction. Sorry for the negativity again, but like I said, just watching that game, such naivety. And yes, very young team, especially at the end. And this will bode well for a lot of those young players in the long term. A lot of them had good games, but a very, very frustrating one. Please make sure you press that like button. Do press subscribe and appreciate your support, guys. Thanks a lot.